pattern maker for about 20 years, so I like the idea of clothes that I can play around and not be so precise as I am in my everyday working life, but I can play around and see how things come out with just the shapes that are in my head. But I've imported this pattern so you can see what it's like to work with a symmetrical pattern and some things that I do for fit. So right now I'm just mirroring the pattern. This is a basic dress pattern that I have, and I've never used it before, so that's why I'm tweaking it and fiddling around with it on the Alva form. The Alva size 6 is what I've adjusted this dress to be. So I'm just making my placements, using the tools to, I guess, you know, go over the things that don't come pre-existing when you import a pattern. That's a DXF pattern that I imported. So right now, like I said, the pattern was drafted for a size 6. The Alva form is a size 6. However, it does not fit. So I will be going through some things to show you how you can make things fit a little bit better. So I made this quick little video for you guys. I'm adding the darts because the darts come in as baselines. And if you know what I mean by baselines, those blue lines that you can't really edit. So I'm just you know, trial and error. I'm positioning things as I think that they should be according to what the pattern lays out. And then I will stitch it up and fit it and see if I actually like what this pattern is doing. And you'll see that I do not. I have some issues with this pattern, especially the back. But we get to that. I digress. So I'm going to follow the pattern and I'm going to stitch it up. Now here for this little teeny tiny dart, it won't let you add a dart, so you kind of have to add a line and then cut it because the dart is so teeny tiny that it's very hard to get the program to make a small dart like this. So I just cut it in half and I mirrored on the other side, so it did it on both sides. Fantastic, eh? So now let's see. I think I'm ready to start stitching, but I always stitch too soon. I always leave something out. I don't know, it's just the way that I work. I always like stitch it and then I'm like, oh, I forgot the shoulder. I don't know what it is. You'll see in every video I forget the shoulders. I don't know what it is. So I think I should start with the shoulders next time, but I like to do the side seams first, get everything evened out, and then place it on the form. And that's when I usually find out that I didn't do the side seam. Once I don't see it at the top, the stitching at the top. Now I'm doing something a little bit, you know, that's good. I'm adding my darts. Now this pattern comes with darts already, but actually the stitch lines also have darts. So I like to add the stitch line darts as well as the darts that are pre-existing in the pattern. So you'll see that I try to catch every dart. I mean, every notch. I'm so used to saying darts. So many darts. But yes, so for every notch, I kind of just try to make sure that I get it so that when the pattern is printed out, the person sewing it can know what is going on with these lines. So, as I said, I use the Alva form for basic fit when I'm working with patterns. I use my other creative forms when I'm just being creative, and that's the beauty of the program, is that you can do both. You can just be creative and try things out, or you can work from patterns or build your own patterns and blocks. I'm going to do a video about the module configurator. Such a big name. So now I've stitched it up, and now I'm going to add the zipper. What I usually do is you'll see I sew the zipper on backwards all the time. These just little things that you do when you're working. Now the zipper should be sewn top to bottom, not bottom to top. So that's why my zipper is at the bottom, but you can reverse your direction just like I did right there. Now there's all of this fabric in the back. I don't get it, but this pattern is kind of not straight at the back, so I take it in a little bit at the top, and then now that I did that, my zipper is gone. So I like to set in the zipper so that I could see where it is on the pattern, but the pattern is not really shaped like that, so don't get on my case about doing that. But for the 3D visualization, I like to do that and set it in just like a 1/4 of an inch so it looks better on the figure. But in an actual pattern, I would make that a straight line. So now I try to figure out why these darts are like balloon darts, and just try to fix them a little bit. There are certain tools that will allow you to make things look a lot better. So let's take a look at some of them. So now this dart is just too low to me in the back, and it's not taking in enough fabric. So once I get it to take in enough fabric, I realize that the position of the dart is very low, and I want to raise it up just a bit. But I also don't like, yes, it's just too much fabric near the underarm. So I just keep tweaking it a little bit by little to see what I can do to get that area flattened. And now it's not so bad. I just really feel like the front and back waistline positions are different. So I will get around to that and fixing that. You'll see now that I've made the back a little bit smaller. Now I have drag lines at the bust dart. So I will save this pattern first because I'm pretty okay with it. This is Block Dress Tutorial. Thank you very much. Looking at all my files. Anyway, guys, so this is what it's like working with the pattern. When you don't have symmetry, and I got a comment about this, left side to right side dart shapes, you can always tweak it. However, this program does not have the subtle nuances of dart making. So you have to kind of know where you want your darts, and you may have to steam your darts just to get them to look flat. They may be the right size, but when the program stitches the darts, especially in a particle distance of 15 or higher, they kind of stick out. They start getting a little bit puffy. So I'm trying to get the puffiness out. I use a little steam and bam, just a little steam, a little. I don't steam the whole thing. Now I'm going to try to see if I can lift the fabric out of that side, and it means I'm going to have to open up that bust dart. I'll raise that up a little bit, but now I've got more drag lines. So now that I've raised up the position, I need to open up that dart a little bit. Yay, I got most of it out. So let's do the other side. Love the pink line. Tells me I'm very close to where I need to be. And then we can do that. Now I turn on the simulation to see how it is fitting, and I see that I really did a little bit too much on the back, and it's kind of tight fitting. So I'm going to make those adjustments and open up that back a little bit and just make it a nice, you know, pleasing little shift dress. For the back neck, I see I have this thing there, but it's not really the problem at the top. It's really the cross pull at the neck, because I did make that go in a little bit. So I'll just do that, like open it up a 1/4 of an inch and then release that a little bit, and she's a little bit better. So I'm not too worried about the teeny tiny little red lines, but I think she's okay. She's a good block. And I tried to steam that out, and I was not happy because sometimes the steam is too much and then I don't adjust it. I always get those little drag lines in the front. So I'm just going to make this dart a little bit longer. I think that will, I make it shorter first, and then I realize that no, I need to be longer. So this is really about fitting, getting the garment to look the way that you want it to look and trying to keep it as symmetrical as possible. If all else fails, I will cut it in half and make side A and B. When I am finished with all this fitting, make side A and B mirror each other. Just to let you know, Chloe is making some changes where you'll be able to mirror the